Sometimes I think of leaving when you don't know what I'm needing. My feelings make me bleed more than your words. Am I more than just a brain? Do chemicals make me feel this way? I'm not a
Good evening, race fans, and tonight, welcome. We're at Talladega. We're live tonight with the Cutscene Sleep Relentless Racing League, sponsored with Ancient World Gaming. Tonight we've got the trucks battling it out at Talladega. Playoffs are closing down. They're going to be battling it out for the North-South Throwback 45. We're going to be seeing quite a few throwback schemes. You can see right there's a big herd of trucks moving. Caution over and under has already got up to the Vegas odds of about 10. So Vegas never wrong. Let's hope they are tonight. Some of the trucks we've seen out there that's pretty sharp. We can track one down. I was talking to him earlier. And I don't know, a lot of people don't know that truck. We can get a good view in him. He's right there in the middle of the pack, but that 46 right there is looking pretty good. I think some of y'all may know where that's from. Others of you may not. If not, delete. Just delete the game. If you don't know anything about Days of Thunder, you have no reason to be even talking about NASCAR. But another one that's pretty sharp, and he's in that same little herd, and you can see him going to the outside. And that's going to be at 90 of Justin May in the Bigfoot. Got a few new ones out there tonight we hadn't seen. A D-Ron Cannon in that 13 Mountain Dew throwback. I believe that's what that is. Is that the Mountain Dew throwback? See if we can get a close look in on it. Yep, that's that Mountain Dew. And right behind him, it's going to be Coors Light. A couple of them missing their banners there. See if we can get that fixed up real quick. A couple people came in late. We've got about 4 minutes left. And if your kids are kicking and screaming, just tie them up, duct tape them, zip tie their hands, and put them in the closet for about the next hour and a half. Get some of these paints reloading. There we go. Got a nice little herd of them right here. And right there is what it's going to come down to tonight. Drafted. That is going to be... That's really going to be what it comes down to, whether or not you can get a good finish. You can stay back towards the back that whole race. And man, I tell you what, as long as you're up there when it matters, that's all that matters in this race. We've got 4 left before they go into the playoffs. So everybody's looking to punch their ticket in on this one. This is the one that you easily can punch your ticket in. And he'll be with me later on tonight. He's getting a few things settled, but we're going to have Mr. Bobby Rafferty, owner of Exiled Sports. Well, we've got about a couple minutes before we go, so we're going to give a shout out to some of these guys that pay some of these bills. Martin Sports, Cutscene, and Whiplash. For that, we'll be back. Get some qualifying in.
for me to put me to sleep.
Helps relax me when I'm trying to go to bed.
All just really spectacular.
It also helps you put yourself into a routine.
I feel like I'm drinking lemonade. You guys give it a shot.
It works! It works! It's good!
Just try it.
Got a pretty big field tonight. Looks like we've got about 32 as of right now, and I think that's going to be a pretty big track. This track here is draft dependent. There, one leading the charge. It's going to be in that 34, Jared McCauley. Right behind him is that 00, and that Hardy's. And gotta give props. That's a pretty sharp truck. All right, we're gonna fix and start that qualifying. We're gonna see how this is all gonna play out. It's the calm before the storm. And I have a feeling there's going to be a massive storm down here in Talladega. Yeah, so we got Spencer Dewsbury getting out there, getting that first lap in. Going to be bouncing in between, seeing who's got what here. How ironic it would be if we had Superflow and Hardee's. And one thing I'm not seeing, nobody is driving the city truck. Kind of disappointed. Now we're starting to have laps start to be coming in. All right, first one in the book. See over on the left. Webb's holding it right now. 56.07 on his first lap. Well, guys, he's finally made his way up here. Got Mr. Bobby Rafferty with us tonight. 45 lap shootout here at Dega. Man, I know you got your favorite, but it's going to be somebody's punching their ticket tonight.
I think so. You know, we've got the return of Johnny Brugg tonight, but it's Talladega. It's plate racing. You know, anything can happen. So we usually have our normal contenders up front, but I would not be too surprised to see a dark horse come up and steal it tonight.
All right, non-biased, dark horse. Pick. You got to take a wild pick other than your team.
Brady Price.
I've heard that name quite a bit tonight. Brady, I don't know how much you're paying people, but keep doing it because it's working.
He hasn't paid me a dime, but I'll tell you what, I think Brady is going to be hungry. He wants in the playoffs, and I think you're going to see Brady be cautiously aggressive tonight, and I'm thinking he's going to be there at the end.
Well, they've got 44 laps to make it through to see who is going to be there at the end. And right now, Penley is going to be at the front at the beginning, but, you know, it's like we've always talked about here. Where you start don't really matter. Not at this track.
No, it does not. I mean, you've seen our strategy at most plate races. We hang out at the back till about 10 to go, and then it's time to go. You know what I mean? This way you stay out of, at least our thought process has always been, you stay in touch with the draft, but you're not up there, so you literally eliminate any chance of getting involved in a wreck because you got to be there at the end to win.
But, you know, at the same time, this field tonight, I'm looking at about 33, 34 trucks.
Yeah, it's a great turnout tonight.
And already a great turnout out there in the views, man. We're up to about 20 right now, and we ain't even got started to race it.
Let's go. That's awesome.
Well, they got their qualifying done, so before they go green, you know, we've got to give the props to the national anthem. It wouldn't be NASCAR without us. We'll be right back after that.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, here it is, Bobby. 45 laps, the North-South Throwback 45, brought to you tonight by Cutscene Sleep, Ancient World Gaming, Martin Sports. Man, I'm ready for it, Bobby. I've looked for this all week because I know it's going to be a wild one.
Yes, it is, especially with the amount of trucks we have on track right now. Yeah, to quote Tony, it's about to get spicy, and I think it's going to get spicy quick.
Yeah, I mean, the Vegas bookies have already got a hold of it, man. They said around 10 to 11 cautions is over under. And I don't know if Vegas is wrong too often, so we may have to see how they're going to play this one out.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting, but if these guys, we've seen both sides of the coin in the truck series this season. We've seen these guys, and believe it or not, one of their cleanest races this season was at another plate track at Daytona. So, we've seen both sides where we can't string 5 laps together because people are over aggressive, and then we've seen them put on phenomenal races. I'm hoping we see another phenomenal race tonight because we know they're capable of it, and with this many trucks, man, the show they can put on.
Yeah, I hate to say it though. I think the mayhem is going to strike probably about lap 10 and then again about lap 42.
Oh, without a doubt, you're always going to have a caution towards the end of a plate race because at that point it's win it or wear it. So that's to be expected, but I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic tonight on on these guys putting on and backing up a really good show at Daytona here at Dega.
And you know, last week before last, it was a very clean race in the Truck Series.
Yes, it was. But actually, before we get going, you made me make a dark horse pick. Don't make me be the only one. Which one is yours?
Matt Webb.
There we go. So if neither one of them boys win, we both gonna get yelled at for the commentator's curse.
Matt's probably going to yell at me for picking him. Cause
More than likely. Well, pace car is off. And we are about to go green.
that outside line. You got that pick when you go. And here we go, Bobby. 45 laps. Chaos, mayhem, north-south, throwback 45.
It's north-south. Would we have it any other way? Love you, Matt.
Hopefully they won't beat each other up tonight. Matt is not on the track. Water barrels are safe. I've talked to them. They said they feel comfortable tonight.
Yeah, I'm still working on a present for Matt, a barrel car. I gotta get that finished for him.
Oh, well, we got a little move going up on the high side already, looking to put it 3 wide. Now, do you think that's too early to make that jump?
If you're going to try to make spots, yes. If you're jumping out of line to go to the back, absolutely not. Which is exactly what he looks like he's doing. He looks like he just jumped out of line, wants to fall to the back and stay out of any potential chaos here. And I think that was actually Johnny Brugg that was doing that. Yes, it is.
I couldn't get a good take on it on who it was, but
yeah, that was Johnny back there. He's probably trying to link up with his exile teammate Sean Pointer, who did not qualify tonight and started in the 34th position.
oh, Matt gets respect now. Chad, don't let them play that victim card for you.
Got some north-south love going on in the chat already. I love it.
You shave the beard, you lose the respect. I've heard that's what it is.
Ah, okay. Well, I'll buy that for $1.
We're seeing quite a few throwbacks. I mean, of course, you know, some we saw before practice. You know, you've got a couple out there. You've got your Hardys out there.
Yep, Sean asked me to make a Hardee's car, and I said, from Days of Thunder, and I said, yeah, why not? I'll give it a shot. And to me, I think it came out pretty nice, but, you know, being the painter of it, of course I'm gonna.
And, you know, him and Johnny and Sean both, you know, it's something we talked about where you want to be at. And they're going back towards the back. Just, you know, you got to be there to win it. And if you get took out in lap 3, you ain't going to be there.
Exactly, but at the same point, I mean, I don't even want to say it, but the Truck Series as of late has really calmed down. It's coming to its own. Guys have been driving each other with a lot of respect compared to the beginning of the season. It's been very nice to see. I mean, we got a lot of talent in this series. We got a lot of talent in the league, period. So, you know, that it's going to be an awesome all-star race this year, but getting back to my point here of, you know, guys have been showing each other a lot of respect, so this may be a matter of, you know, you want to be up front, because if we don't have the attrition, it makes it that much harder to make your way back up if you still have, you know, 25, 30 cars running on the lead lap.
Bobby, don't look now. I hope you're holding on to your seat, but they are putting it 3 wide, about 5-6 lines deep.
Yes, they are. It's a nice thing about Talladega, though. It's a lot easier to do it here than Daytona. Daytona, you put it 3 wide. That's definitely a Code Brown moment. Talladega, you can put it. I've seen people put it 4 wide comfortably around this track, so 3 wide shouldn't be too big of an issue.
That battle up there in the front from about first, probably I would say about 15th, is pretty tight.
Yeah, everybody's doing a good job though. I've seen a few checkups and guys behind are some real heads up driving, people giving each other room. So it's good to see. I think we're in for a really, really good show tonight.
I wouldn't expect the Cutscene Sleep Relentless Racing League to do anything different.
Absolutely.
So we got one that got worked down to the inside. That's going to be Michael Ball. He is getting no love.
Yeah. And this right here is where you have to be super careful when you try to drop to the back like that is if you cannot find a place to slot in, you have to do what he just did there and ride the apron, and that can get very, very sketchy at 180 miles an hour.
Very nervous too, but I mean he held it together. So props.
Yes, he did. He held it together. He's still well within the draft, and no harm, no foul.
Riding that Ricky Bobby paint scheme.
As long as he don't jump out of the truck in his underwear screaming, "Help me, Jesus, help me, Oprah Winfrey," we're good. This is a children's show.
Well, Isaac, he's got a new throwback there. I was looking for the list, but I'm seeing the coolers tonight.
I think there's actually 2 Coors trucks out there tonight.
I believe you're right. There's one towards the front and one towards the back.
I think Isaac is in a Coors truck. He's running in 20th position right now. And let's see here, looking for the other one. I can't quite find it.
16, number 16. That's going to be Corey Wakefield.
Yep.
And look who has snuck up to the front, Joe Albera.
Joe's another one to keep an eye on. Joe's been very strong at different points in the
Oh,
season.
there he goes.
There we go. What a save. I am not sure who that was. I'm going back to look.
That was my pick, Matt Webb.
I cannot believe that save. How he kept that off the wall, I'll never know.
I think he cut it close. And that just looked like got a little too much push on that inside.
And unfortunately, it looks like he's parking it. Yeah, he's back into pit lane now.
He blew his engine. He downshifted trying to save it.
Man. That props to him though on an incredible piece of driving, because if he had hit that wall and come back up on the track, that would have been catastrophic for, I'm going to say, at least a quarter of the field. So hats off to him. I know definitely not the way you want to end your night, but man.
Matt, in a moment of silence, we have to give you the trumpet. And the caution did not come out on that one, so we're going to keep it going.
I'm thinking Vegas was wrong, because we're on lap 10 right now.
You never know. With 35 to go. Yeah, I'm going to get 8 DMs because I'm just going to quit picking them to win. All right. Commentators first. Go Joe Robert.
Oh, Joe's gonna be cross with you. I wonder if it's because I'm really not an announcer and I'm a guest announcer as a driver. I wonder if it works the same.
I don't know. I don't know how that myth really happens. pushing, and you've got to watch these trucks. You can't push. You can't push the pusher if he's the leader and expect it to not be haywire.
No, not at all. One person that I've been noticing that's been getting pretty aggressive here is William Bosworth. He is I'm not gonna say been dirty by any chance, but if he sees a hole, he's definitely driving through it. He's not been afraid to put his truck in difficult positions. So he's one I definitely think we need to keep an eye on. He looks like he's up right around the 6th position now. And started back in 15th, so he's worked his way up quite quickly in a short amount of time.
Yeah, and that second pack's starting to catch up with that front pack, so we're fixing to really start seeing a dog fight. Another one that's up a pretty good amount of positions, that's going to be Michael Pimperi. At 25, and he's making it work in that Kellogg's. Oh, that's the button.
Another one, our biggest mover right now is Cup driver Kevin Jordan, up from 30th position up to the lead. Kevin is phenomenal at plate racing.
Bobby, get your earplugs in because we're going to turn it up just a little bit. Well, they're starting to get single filed out on the inside.
Yeah, I think everybody's about starting to settle in. So, but if my information is right, we should be starting to see guys come down pit road. It's about 20 laps for fuel usage. So that's also probably a big factor here. There we go. We just have our first taker. Sounds like we got a few guys that are about to be coming down. And here's where the chess match begins. Is who's going to have the biggest pack and who can stay together the most.
Well, one of your picks, he's coming in with the pit. He's in that first group of 6. And you know, Brady Price, he's had a rough luck this season so far.
Yes, he has, and you know it's a shame to see because Brady is he's a good young man, good driver. Just unfortunately hasn't had the luck. Which we got a wreck in the back. Somebody looked like they got loose, I think, and went up the wall. They ate the wall pretty hard there, but that was Anthony Bear in this 69 truck, and his truck is definitely broken. It's spinning down to the infield right now. Looks like he's going to tow. So still no caution, clean and green.
it seems your guys are still kind of hooked up, but not like they were.
No, usually when you have multiple guys pitting from different parts in the field, it usually splits some people up. But it looks like we have one person coming down this time by, and that's it's not what you want to see going into the pits. It's Kevin Jordan coming down and in, but
That's pretty much shoot yourself in the foot kind of move.
yeah, unfortunately. Sounds like we're gonna have a lot of guys coming down this time by though. Pit lane is about to get very busy, ladies and gentlemen.
It's going to be spicy. Here they come, nearly the whole field. Oh, I think everybody got in. Everybody got in. Bobby, you hearing anything of any black flags?
Yes, it looks like the 46 and the 65 have black flags, unfortunately. Everybody else got on without an issue.
I think we're fixing to see that next group, and it's probably going to be about 8 cars.
Yep.
Isaac Wilson and Jerry McCauley have linked up together. They're being tracked down by Rick Dawson Company.
Looks like that first
Oh.
group that came in is going to be decently clear of the field here. But that being said, also, as this race goes on, they're going to have to take more fuel than they would have if they had stayed out longer. So at the end, that might switch itself back around. But we will see.
It's like Rick Doss is. Like Rick Doss is still staying out. He just came out.
Yep, just came out and in the lead, but he's going to get gobbled up going into turn 3. But that being said, he should be able to latch on to the back of this pack here. Field really did not break up as much as I thought it would. I'm going to say we're probably going to have about a 10-ish car front pack here.
Yeah, because you got Matt Levely. He's sticking right to the bumper of Fuller. You can tell Fuller's truck's not too comfortable with that, and why that back end keeps kicking.
Yeah, there's definitely an art to pushing the plate tracks and how to do it and when to do it and when not to do it, more importantly. I'm looking at Joe Robert there with Bozart pushing behind him, taking a look to that outside, and Fuller jumps up to block the run, but it's going to fall to the back of that pack.
I think Fuller's truck just wasn't. His truck didn't look like it was comfortable being pushed.
Yeah, it may just be a matter of self-preservation here at this point. So yeah, it looks like we're going to have about a 9 truck pack here, and then the next little pack is going to be another about a 2.25 seconds back with Shane O'Neill and Sam Gordon. And I'll even put Christopher Melton in that. He's just about within drafting range. and then you have another huge pack from there on back, but they are 12 seconds back from the leader, and Jeremy Medford is leading that one.
Yeah, you got Shane O'Neill and Sam Gordon kind of there by themselves. So, but yeah, that pack you was talking about with Melton, Mayo, Kay, if they can hook up with them, that's going to increase a lot for them.
Yeah, if I'm in this lead pack, I am pleading with everybody to single file, because you've got a massive pack that if they can all link up, they're gonna run down this lead pack if they stay side by side like this. 23 laps in, I think we've had a really, really good race tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with you and say Vegas may have been off. Or maybe it was the NCAA committee making the calls on that one. You know, it's bad either way. So
Yeah, I think we were talking about that last night with college football. I still don't know too much about it, but from what you guys were telling me, it doesn't sound like they know whether to you know what or wind their watch when it comes to decision making.
I'm surprised. If you want to know the real take of it, we can just ask Chester Barkley. I'm pretty sure he's got a good opinion about it.
Barkley usually has got a good opinion, and he is not afraid to voice it. That's one of the reasons I like him.
I haven't seen him out there in the chat. He's usually out there lingering around. But I do believe I did say he was sending condolences to him and his family. He's dealing with a few things right now. So
Yeah.
thoughts and prayers are with you.
Absolutely. And we're starting to get spicy here. Joe wants that lead. He's making some pretty aggressive moves here to try to get it.
Yeah, the one he just put on Penley. I don't think Penley's going to be too happy with him.
They're having a little bit of a discussion in race chat, but all I would say race pertinent information and very cordial. I don't think tempers are flaring quite yet. Give it about
10.
another 10, 11 laps, and this is going to be a totally different story.
You got that right, Fassbender. That front pack is, they've got the field pretty gapped. I mean, I don't see.
Yeah, I think unless we have a caution here, we got 10 seconds between, let's see here.
Yeah,
No, I'm sorry, we've got about 7 seconds between 9th and 10th place, and then another 10 seconds between 17th and 18th place. So we kind of got 3 different packs here going right now, but everybody's still going to have to come down and pit again. So all this can change in a heartbeat. But Matt Lavelle is still hanging strong up there in P1 with Bozwart. Definitely being a little aggressive with the pushing, but Matt's doing very well with it as William ducks out and looks like he's going to have Joe to help him push him right there to the lead.
Ooh, 61 almost got a good little push. Wrong corner.
Just watching Joe here also, man, he looks hungry tonight for a win. Oh, and there it is. 61 just got turned into the fence, but I don't know if we're going to have a caution. But that's going to break that pack up a little bit.
That motor's gone. He's done for.
Yes, he is.
backtrack that a little bit and see what happened. Pretty sure he's not too happy about it. Right there, it looks like the 41 slid up in front of him. I don't know if that preluded to anything. Ooh. 25 involved also. I don't know if that might have been just a little bit of a net code or if
Netcode has been pretty wacky here as of late. Where, you know, you can be 3 foot away from somebody and get turned, and then other times you could literally drive inside somebody's car and not have an issue. I'm hoping with our huge update before tomorrow's Cup race that's one of the things that iRacing is going to address, and it gets a little bit better.
and you know that pack, for that to happen, it didn't separate as much as you thought it would.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm actually very, very surprised.
It looks like they may have gotten coordination, but like you said, we've got another pit.
Yeah, so this lead pack here, let's see. I want to see when they last pitted. So this last pack here, last pitted, it looks like right around lap 17. So I think we're gonna plan on seeing these guys coming down probably right around lap. Oh no, never mind. A bunch of guys are gonna short pit it and make it from here. Let's see here. So we've got in the pits right now, we have Fuller, Brady Price, Brian Lucan, Thomas Torrey, Michael Ball all took the dive in early.
Isaac picked the ride along and he wanted to ride with him, so I'm pretty sure his wife may have had something to do with that.
So Nathan Fuller actually got a black flag. He's being held in the pits. He must have sped coming onto the pit road. Unfortunately, that's gonna, I think, pretty much end his night if we stay green like we have.
His wife said she didn't do it, so Isaac's out there racing and driving. He'll have to address that in the next driver's meeting. Texting and driving at 190 miles per hour is not safe.
I cannot confirm nor deny. I cannot confirm nor deny that there has not been some drunken iRacing races either in my career. I can confirm that they've been fun though.
You know what? That second pack finally formed it together. But that top four right there. It's fixing to get interesting, Bobby.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and this front pack is actually clumped together here with Johnny Brugg. Looks like he is now 2 laps down, so I'm not sure what had happened with him. But he is up in that pack with the 3 leaders here, William, Joe Robert, and Nathan Henley.
And you can see that second pack with Justin May, they're starting to close ground.
Yeah, they will. I mean, that second pack there is lined up nose to tail pretty well, and they will run them down.
They're taking about a half a second a lap off. But, you know, like you said, we're fixing to start another cycle of green flag pit stops.
Well, and this is what makes good plate racing and clean plate racing fun is the 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 way things cycle out. You can never really tell what's going to happen. Sounds like we're going to have a whole bunch of takers coming on. The M-Race comms are going crazy right now.
Lead pack still opting not to pit.
Oh yeah, that whole second pack just came down pit road.
Oh! A little pit road etiquette not falling into place.
Yeah. It's unfortunate to see. Seen tonight a lot of guys struggling to get into their pit boxes too. A lot of guys sliding through and having to back up, and that absolutely kills you on time.
That lead pack, they're going to risk it again.
Let's see.
And you know, that's
Joe last pitted on lap 18, so in theory, with 20 laps, they should have another 2 laps of fuel cutting it close. But Bosworth, Joe, and Penley are all just mic'd up that they are going to be coming down pit road, so we'll see them in this time by. And we'll see where they cycle out.
starting to get the Isaac fans out there.
Everybody loves some Isaac.
Oh, he got it.
So and it looks like on this set, everybody's clear to go. No black flags. Everybody was able to get it down to speed in time.
Oh, here's where it's coming down to. They're coming out. They've got about a pretty decent lead.
Yes, they did. But you also have that huge pack from about
Yeah,
what was 5th place to 14th.
Yeah, they're charging. They're charging fast.
Yeah, they're definitely moving along. But it does look like Joe, Isaac, and Penley and Bosworth were going to be able to maintain that lead. They still have about a half a straightaway on that second pack.
Yeah, they've got 5 seconds, but it's ticking down fast because these guys they're not getting in order to get it together.
Nope.
I think they just heard me because Penley dived in. Now they're getting lined out. But
Kudos there to Fuller and to Anthony Bear for getting out of the leader's way and then just falling in line behind him, realizing it's not their race right now. So kudos to those guys. That's a really good show of sportsmanship there.
that second pack, they've got them down to 4 seconds with 8 laps to go.
They're going to get there. There's no doubt about it. They're going to get there. Now, the interesting thing is who's going to be crazy enough to throw that block? Because you know it's going to happen.
Oh, definitely. Well, before it gets hot and spicy, we're going to give a shout out one more time to some sponsors, and we're going to stay back to the end of it all.
me to put me to sleep.
Helps relax me when I'm trying to go to bed.
All just really spectacular.
It also helps you put yourself into a routine.
I feel like I'm drinking lemonade. You guys give it a shot.
It works! It works! It's good!
Just try it.
There it is, 6 to go. That pack's caught them. They're within
Yep.
striking distance.
They are absolutely within striking distance, and Isaac tried to make the move around William, and he got hung out to dry, but I can't blame him for trying at that point.
Well, we got a pair of coolers right there together. Here that pack comes on the high side. They have chased them down from 5 seconds to right there with them.
And Isaac made that move to the outside, and it honestly looks like that outside lane stalled out a little bit. I think you're going to see Isaac try to control both of those, that middle and that top lane.
Well, also with that being said, he may have had a little bit of intuition thinking that other pack's coming up. If I go ahead and get out now, they're going to have to push me.
And there he goes, right to the front.
There's another one that's skirped up there to the front. We was talking about Mr. Brady Price.
This one is far from over. It's not going to be a matter of how many green, or if we're going to get the green, white checkered. My question is going to be how many of them.
Patients are running thin. There's 2 lap cars ahead. It's going to come into factor. They better figure it out quick. Right now, if I'm them too, I'm just ducking down. I'm getting off the track completely.
They went high, which, you know, still good move. Especially, again, like I said earlier, especially at Talladega, you can be 3 wide very comfortably around this track without having any issues.
There
And
it
there it
is.
is. There's the big one.
Isaac involved. Bosworth involved. Key involved. Oh man, that was. Let's jump back and see what happened on that one. We definitely got to see what happened with this one. Oh, looked like 39 got into the 32, turned them down.
Yep, turned him down into Isaac, and Isaac was a passenger and took Bosworth with him, and then Bosworth almost went up and out. Climbed that catch fence pretty good right there.
Finley involved. What, Bear? No, it's Key. Oh, Bosworth. Let's do it right along with Bosworth. We've got to get that view. See if we, see if we can get that right along right there. And you can see he had not a clue what just happened. He got a good view of Isaac.
Yes, he did, and that's the worst as a driver. That's the worst feeling in the world. You're out front, nothing in front of you, and all of a sudden you're getting kicked sideways. That is the worst feeling in the world.
He actually is riding on a hood. But he did stick the landing.
Yes, he did. He will get a solid 7 from the German judge on that landing.
That just shook everything up.
Yes, it did. And look at who is out front. He must have been able to find that golden horseshoe again, because Joe Robert is out front, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna have to watch it because you've got some aggressive ones back there, and we talked about him being a plate racer. Kevin Jordan sitting in the ninth spot. He's not in a bad spot.
No, absolutely. Kevin is not in a bad spot, but Kevin also realizes he's out here for fun tonight, and you got guys running to try to get into the playoffs, and points are involved. So I don't think you'll see Kevin make too many super aggressive moves. I think he'll definitely try to go ahead and win, but I don't think you'll see him put anybody in a bad position right here.
Well, it didn't qualify for the green white checkered, so that's what was interesting. And that took out a lot of good drivers. I mean, it took out
Yes,
Penley,
it did.
Fuller, Key, Isaac, Bosworth, Price.
It's Dega, baby. This is plate racing.
And you know who actually benefited from that? He snuck back on the lead lap. That's going to be Spencer Dewsbury.
Yes, it did. All in all, though, tonight, phenomenal showing by our Truck Series guys. I couldn't be any more proud of them. They went, we'll say, 42 and a half laps with really no issues. A lot of give and take out there. A lot of phenomenally hard racing, but clean racing. So from an admin's perspective, hats off to these guys. They put on one heck of a show.
Yep, pushing to the corners ain't the best idea, and Isaac just an innocent bystander.
Unfortunately, yeah, I'm assuming Isaac's about rearranging his house right now. But I can't say I blame him.
Not one bit. Added to the list. That list is getting longer and longer. Christmas is almost here. It's just a tough break though for a lot of those guys.
It's a tough break for them, but it's going to open up the door for a few others. Guys like Joe Robert do not have a win. Joe Abira does not have a win. So there's quite a few of them up there right now that do not have a win that could take advantage of this and lock themselves right into the playoffs right here. So
I'm gonna have to say.
I don't.
Go ahead, Bobby.
I don't. What I was gonna say is I don't think we're done seeing the spiciness out of this because you got a lot of guys up here with a lot to gain.
Oh, definitely. I mean, ones we're definitely going to have to watch making the moves. It's going to be Medford and McCauley. They're going to be pushing. They're going to be pushing hard.
I couldn't agree with you any more there, but pace car is off. We'll see how this plays out.
I'm pretty sure a lot of them's praying, baby Jesus.
Green flag is out. Pretty decent start from both sides. Pretty even. Looks like that bottom lane is forming up a little bit better than that top lane, though.
Here we go.
We take the white, next flag ends it.
That high side's starting to gain momentum, Bobby. They're pulling together.
Yes, it is.
The bear is
Goes
putting
for
it.
a beer, pulls out, and he's gonna have a huge head of steam coming into 1 and 2 here. We'll see if he can carry the momentum. You ready for another photo finish there, Jeremy?
Man,
I'm ready for another photo finish.
I've got the camera set. There it is. There's the
Pretty
wreck.
wide. There's the wreck. Big one. No caution as of yet.
Caution's out the window.
Joe Roberts leading out of 4. We'll see if he holds on to it to the line. Justin May pulling out. He's got him. Justin May, your winner.
In the Bigfoot.
Christopher Melton in P2. And Kevin Jordan, P3.
That was pretty close.
For a plate race, man, you couldn't ask for much better than that.
That was. Then we had a couple coming across it sideways and some smoke. Nathan Penley finishes backwards. We got a few of them finishing backwards. Michael Pimpard. Let's see if we can back up real quick to that wreck. That wiped out a lot. Back there towards the back. We'll have to track down to it. Did you happen to catch who it was by chance?
No, I did not, unfortunately. I'm going to say that was probably, though, about 10th, 11th place is where that wreck initiated at.
Jeremy Medford. I'm not saying he caused it, but that's the one I can identify to go to. That was heartbreaking for a lot of them.
No, definitely was.
Oh yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of a checkup. Not as many involved in it as we thought. Justin May getting that win. I'm pretty sure he's happy for it.
Oh, without a doubt. I'm pretty sure that's actually, I think that actually might be his first win in the league overall. So, it does look like we have our first and third place finishers in the waiting room. I'm not sure where Christopher Melton is, so if you want to drag Kevin, I will see if I can get in touch with Christopher.
Eric, I want to see if we can see if May actually done him a burnout. He earned that one. Not too much of one. Well, that was what it's all about right there. See if we can track him down and get him up here.
Unfortunately, I am not seeing him in Discord.
Mr. Kevin Jordan, you squeezed it in on the outside.
Hey guys.
How's it going, brother?
Oh, pretty good.
So tell us about your race tonight.
It was interesting for sure. It was pretty good battles actually all around. We made the first round of pit stops there. I kind of went by myself. I guess nobody wanted to come with me. Missed my pit stop, and then yeah, was just stuck hanging out with a couple guys and just riding around basically.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I got to eat some crow because you proved me wrong on the broadcast when I actually called that out when you came down pit road and nobody went with you. I thought that was going to be kind of the death bell there, but you know, two green flag pit cycles there, no cautions. You know, at least from a announcer and spectators perspective, what a phenomenal race tonight.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was a fun one for sure.
Yeah,
Well,
I was kind of with Bobby on that when we saw you pitting by yourself. We was pretty much just saying that was suicide.
Yeah,
But
well, when I came down, I had just over 2 laps left, so I figured if I went in, there would have been a couple guys, at least a couple guys with me, but wasn't the case, unfortunately.
well, looking back at it, it don't matter now because you're in the podium and they ain't.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it worked out at the end of the day.
Well, man, you
well, before we let you go, do you have any friends, family, sponsors, anybody you'd like to thank for the win or the third place? I'm sorry.
It's all good. Yeah, just the team itself, High Side Racing, everyone involved with that. It's a good group to be with, and sponsor, obviously, you guys in the booth, Revolt Supply. So you know, it's good to have them on board this year for everything that we do. So yeah, see if we can do it tomorrow.
And actually, speaking on that, you just reminded me with you being a fellow Cup driver. What real quick, just like to get your thoughts here on with the update that we're going to be dealing with tomorrow night. What are you expecting?
Honestly, hopefully not a lot. We've done a ton of practice for the cup race, and then all of a sudden this update was, you know, put on us. So, yeah, hoping just the cars are pretty similar to what they run now, and then, I mean, I guess we can see what happens.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at. I did quite a bit of practice myself and completely forgot about the update. And then when I looked at the notes, I went, "Oh well, I guess we could throw that in the garbage now."
Yeah, I mean,
So
it's going to put everyone on an equal playing field if you can't get the practice in during the day. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure.
absolutely, brother. Well, great run again tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow night in the cutscene Cup Series.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.
well, Bobby, I didn't see Melton making it in here. So we're gonna chat it up with the race winner. He brought the Bigfoot to it, and I guess pretty much say crushed all the competition tonight and took that win.
Yeah. I don't know at Talladega. It's like, do you crush the competition or do you just get lucky? I feel like Talladega. It's just got to be in the right place at the right time and avoid all the wrecks. But yeah, it was a good debut for that Bigfoot throwback scheme there.
Well, going
Nah,
forward, do you think that's your lucky scheme?
I don't know. I'm pretty partial to my Dick Trickle throwback, number 90. That's why I picked number 90, and I'm in a Dick Trickle Fantasy Racing League. That's our name, and it's a pretty hardcore NASCAR fantasy league that 10 of us run. So I'm kind of partial to that, and I made that logo on that truck. So I probably will switch back for that. But if my luck gets too bad on that, I might have to go back to the Bigfoot.
now I have a question for you. Being Ratfink, Park and Ratfink in Victory Lane and Ratfink being kind of a sister team to my team, Exiled. How happy do you think Steven is right now? Because I'm thinking he's about doing backflips with how happy he's going to be.
Well, I hope so. They when I joined, I think I joined like 5 or 6 races in the season. They picked me up, so they took a chance on me, and it was kind of rough at the beginning and made some mistakes, and but hopefully it's all the practice is paying off right now.
Absolutely. Take us through that those last 2 laps there and what your thought process was going for that win.
Well, I wanted to stay in line. They are coming to the white flag. I wanted to make sure I at least made it to the white flag because if we had another green white checkered, I was going to run out of gas. And if you saw how pitiful my burnouts were, that's because I ran out of gas in my in my burnout. So I wanted to stay in line at least to the white flag, so to not cause any commotion or backup behind me. And then um, I think Joe, number the 22, in the next quick car went to the outside there, going into 3, and I stuck with the other Joe, and I just kept on pushing him, and I said, well, if I have a shot high side coming through the trioval, I was going to take it, so I just peeked out and dumped a little air on his spoiler and moved right on past.
Well, man, going into next week, y'all are at, let's see, I think it's Knoxville, if I'm not mistaken.
Nashville or Knoxville? I forget.
In Nashville. So, how's your feeling going to a concrete track?
I tend to like the concrete tracks. I do pretty good, and at Bristol and Dover. I mean, I haven't run that in this league, I don't think yet, but on official racing on iRacing, I tend to do a pretty good job on those. But some of these guys are pretty tough with their racecraft and how experienced they are and how they can save the tires yet still put down good laps. So I'm I'd be tickled with a top 8 at Nashville.
I think you need to give yourself a little bit more credit than that because now with this win here, Justin, welcome to the playoffs. Now you're playing with house money.
Yeah.
Because from here on out, you're still locked in. So now you get to go out and race, have some fun, take some chances.
And I get in that all-star race too, so that's a big one too.
Yes, you do. We have that all-star race coming up as well. You add your name to that list, so congratulations. Phenomenal race by you tonight. And if I'm not mistaken, this is your first win in Relentless, correct?
Yes, it's the very first one, and at Talladega, that surprises me more than anything because I usually end up in a wrecked piled mess in one of the turns. So
Yeah.
luck smiled on me this time. Usually those official races, I'm just hanging in the back trying to avoid crashes.
Yeah, you guys, every single one of the truck drivers did an awesome job tonight. That was one of the most fun plate races, and Jeremy will tell you I am not the biggest fan of plate racing, but that was really fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm not a big fan of that, but call out to, I think it was Brandon who pushed me in number 51, I think. Him and I worked well together all race, and we made up like 5 seconds on 2 packs throughout the race. So he's a great pusher, and he definitely gets some of the credit for getting me up there.
Yeah, he pushed you up there to the front, but unfortunately, he was pushing his truck across the start finish line.
Yeah, he got caught up in that last crash there, so that was unfortunate for him.
Well, man, congratulations on that win. You get those shout outs.
Oh, I just want to shout out Ratfink Motorsports for taking a chance on me, and like I said, my Dick Trickle Fantasy League buddies. Looking forward to our annual Christmas party coming up and our draft and all that kind of activities for that fantasy league. And you can follow us at DTR or Dick Trickle Racing on Twitter. It's on the back of my truck, the exact Twitter handle. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But yeah, you can follow us on there and shout out to that Bigfoot scheme. It's good luck. And thanks to Relentless for putting all this on and paying for the server time and all the costs that go with this. It's a really fun league.
All right, brother. We're gonna shoot you back down and let you get your mind set for next week.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Well, Bobby, I have to say it was a whole lot cleaner than I was really expecting.
Yeah, if anybody picked the over, they made some money tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'll admit it. I'm absolutely shocked. I really am. I'm absolutely shocked. We had, I think, only, what was it, 2 cautions tonight in 45 laps with 33 trucks taking the green flag. You can't ask for much better than that. So I've said it a few times already, but I'll say it again seriously. Hats off to the drivers tonight. They did an amazing job, and every single one of them should be proud of themselves.
Yeah, and then next week it's gonna be nothing but shy. But that track there is a tire eating track, and that's where I think it's gonna come down to is saving tires. Who can manage the best on it.
Absolutely. Nashville is one of my favorites because you have to slow down to go fast, and it kind of suits my driving style, but it's even tougher in the trucks because you have all that downforce that kind of lulls you into a false sense of security there. And it will, like you said, it'll punish you, and it'll punish you quick.
That it will. Well, we're gonna call it a night. Hopefully everybody ordered them and got them some cutscene sleep. Remember, when you do, use code AWG, you get you 10% off. And that's gonna call it for tonight from the Relentless Racing Cutscene Sleep Truck Series. We'll see y'all tomorrow night. The Cup racing back next week.
Been the first thing that's really worked for me to put me to sleep.
Helps relax me when I'm trying to go to bed.
All just really spectacular. It also helps you put yourself into a routine.
I feel like I'm drinking lemonade. You guys give it a shot.
It works! It works! It's good!
Just try it.